Good day to you all. My name is Wachosha Richmond, and today I'll be taking you through how I design an Arduino Mega PCB. So today, let's get started by knowing what a PCB is. A PCB is a printed circuit board. So this board holds all the electronic components and connects them with a copper traces instead of wires. So this PCB is found in electrical devices such as the bulb. So when you take a bulb, when you open it, we have a flat green board which is inserted in it. That's an example of a PCB. So let's get started. I designed this PCB using the KiCad software. Okay, so let's talk about the KiCad software. The KiCad software is a free open source software for designing PCB and its schematics. So you can download the KiCad software on Google Chrome, or when you go to the Microsoft Store, you can get the software to download. Okay, so let's get started. After downloading the software, we have you will get this interface. Then you have file at the top. When you click on the file, you have new projects here. Then when you go down a bit, you see open project. So because I have already done my project, I can go to open project, then start it. Okay, so to begin, let me open my design circuit, or the schematic diagram to be precise. Okay, so this is my circuit, my schematic diagram. So let's zoom in. When you zoom in, we have the Atmega 2560 microprocessor. Also, we have our amplifier. We have components such as the resistor, the LEDs, the capacitors. We have the diodes, the barrel jack switch. So when you want to select a component and connect them as how I've done it, we'll go to the place at the top here, or you can press letter A on our keyboard to open the various components for us. The components are being arranged in libraries. We have connectors, we have power supply components, we have many more components there. So any components that you want, you will get it there. Okay, so let's open the PCB design of this particular schematic diagram I've done. Okay, so this is how the PCB design looks. So let me zoom into the satisfaction. So when you check on my board, you see my name being written there, which is Boachocho Richmond. Yeah, so after designing a PCB, you choose to put the name you like on it. But today I designed an an Arduino Atmega 2560 microcontroller. Okay, so the you see the microprocessor here. You see some of the connectors too over here. Then we have resistors, capacitors, diodes, and all the components here. When you come to connect these components, we have the routes which you use to be connecting them as well. So let's check the 3D diagram of uh, schematic diagram. So this is the 3D view of our project. So you can click on it, you rotate it as how you want. You can check the back there how it looks. Yeah, it's very easy to do it though. That's nice. So one thing I did not do, let's go back to the schematic diagram again. Okay, so after designing the schematic diagram, we have to check whether everything is intact. So we go to the top there, which is the inspect. When you click on inspect, we have electrical rules checker, which is the second option. When you click on it, we run the ERC to check whether we have warnings or errors. So after running it, we saw we have 0 errors and 0 warnings, meaning our schematic diagram can be sent onto the PCB board. Then we design it. So now we have something called Gerber files. When you talk about Gerber files, the Gerber files are files that will be sent to the factory to know how to manufacture the board. So let's see how we can generate a Gerber file. Today I'll be showing you how we generate the Gerber file. Then in our next video we will go through the files one by one, know what exactly each file tells the manufacturer. So when we open a PCB file, we go to fabrication output. You see the next option, Gerber's drill files, IPC, and other options. So we will click on Gerber. So after clicking on Gerber files, we will check the general options if it suits our preference. So okay, everything here suits my preference. So I will click on plot here. So now it is done. Then now I'll generate my drill files as well. So I will choose where the files must go, and I choose my files to go to my history as the folder. So now everything is intact here. I'll click on generate. Then when you check here, it says done. Okay, so let's close it. Let's check our Gerber files. Okay, so checking here, we have our Gerber files here, and in our next videos we will go through what each file tells the manufacturer. But let me open this file. Let's know how it goes.